Welcome to ECNTRADE daily video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, as we can see, since that rejection from that top side of 68 cent area, the market is finding a bit of momentum in front of this key level, which is around 65.45. And also note it's a 60-day moving average. From there, I feel the bullish foundations may actually hold and continue to display strong demand, but I would like to see the RSI pick up a little bit more momentum and break through this midway point. Nevertheless, I still feel from the current pattern we should not abandon that topside target, which is around 67.70.80 or around 68 cents. And while we keep viewing the technicals possibly eventually regaining since that knee-jerk reaction from the low side of the RSI, then we could see a break above 66.55 and look on towards 67.15 and then, as I mentioned, 68 cents. Into the euro, we can see the market has regained momentum as the dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, drops away back to the lows of 107, which is still around that 20-year high. Still, technically, I like the way this market is shaping up, and therefore the break of 102.80.90 has reinstated the top side target of 105. Keep an eye on the technicals, as if they do strengthen, then the market will push on towards 103.60 and then maybe on to 104.25 to 105. Looking ahead, as the market will probably be a little bit quiet into Thursday, as the US will be closed in observance for Thanksgiving Day. Along with that, the market will also be keeping a very close watch on the US Federal Reserve interest rate meeting minutes, and therefore could see a little bit more movement if we find that the minutes contain some hawkish surprise. Nevertheless, I feel that the euro has finally succumbed to a firmer outlook and therefore reclaiming some of these recent 3 days weakness. Moving on to the dollar yen outlook, the market is now focusing back on this break level, which is at 140.60. It did show a good round of demand breaking through the top side, but keep an eye, because if we do break the bottom side, as I mentioned, of 140.60, could reinstate the bears back to 136.5. The sterling outlook, well, it's still coasting sideways, and still we cannot at this point abandon the 120 target due to the fact that the technicals are still somewhat bullish and therefore eventually may see that 120 claim. Until we get a break of the downside level of around 116.85 to 95, then I feel the upside potential still holds. The weaker play into today's session after the last night's movement up failed and we got an inverted hammer is that we're still looking at the level of 1,726 as a potential target. No doubt the market will be whippy once we get the update from the US FRMC minutes, but nevertheless the downside is still holding as the technicals are heavy. A break of 1,726 could actually see the move back to the region of 1,711.12 to 1,695. And wrapping up with oil, well, since that dragonfly doji, there's a bit of momentum coming back in, but I'm a little bit skeptical due to the fact that technicals are negative. So therefore, this weak dragonfly doji could eventually be negated. And looking back towards that bottom side of $76 a barrel. But keep an eye, as we could still see, and we shouldn't abandon the top side of 81.80.95 with $84 a barrel seen above. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. And as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.